G'day viewers, how you doing? I've got an earache, so if I sound a bit funny, I got the stuff. Anyway, hopefully you can't hear the air conditioner either because it's bloody freezing in here, so I've turned up the heat. Right. Train Sim World Future Roadmap. Now I'm actually going to summarise this one and I'm going to do a separate video for each of the routes involved because I think otherwise this is going to go on for hours. Excuse me. And no one's going to want to be a part of that. So let's go for the TLDR. Too long, didn't read. So Take a Ticket 2025. We discovered more details about the upcoming TSW6 partner releases. We talked about Birmingham to Crew from All Aboard Studios, Liberac Stara Parker from Vector Simulations, NEC New York to Stanford from Dovetail, Stuttgart to Heilbronn from Dovetail, Lisbon Setúbal from Virtual Via 360, the Darby Line from Union Workshop, still. Expert DB BR145 from TSG, Crew Preston from Just Trains. And there's some additional news and reveals from the partners. So we've got the Class 805 from All Aboard Studios, more news on the DBBR 420 from Train Sim Germany, details of the Transport for Wales Class 142 Pacer from Just Train, screenshots for the Santa Fe gameplay pack from High Iron Simulations, new info for the HST Farewell Tour and the GW Remaster from Grump Dog Games. Okay, commonly asked questions. Yes, we did that. And there is a roadmap which is happening in about 9 minutes' time, so I'm trying to get through this pretty quickly. So there's all the details that we have talked about. And this is the standard stuff, so we can go through this. What I do want to do is run all the way down to the bottom, because I'm going to skip over the routes and make a video for each one of the routes, because I think that will work better for you. Let me know if it doesn't, if you would prefer a giant monolith. Okay, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Right. We want to look about... Yes, yes, yes. That's a route. That's a route. Okay. And still a route. Okay, let's get on to here. So this is where we'll go from here for this video. The Expert DBBR145 from Train Sim Germany. For those of you looking for a challenge and hoping to get the most detailed level of simulation that TSW can offer, get ready for the second ever Expert Loco coming from the TSG team. Following the success of their first Expert Loco release, Scary Fun, coming soon is the Expert DBBR145. So we've just talked about that, and it's featuring a DB and RBH livery and new expert level features such as brake hose operation with working ankle cocks. Oh, that's nice. I do like that. If I can turn off the faults and have that, I'll be happy. New T3000E container wagons and additional content on the Dresden Leipzig W core route. So T3000E, it's a German Terminator. Featuring a DB and RBH livery, all new expert level features, and new T3000E container wagons. This is why I want to summarize this stuff, because it just waffles. Local add-on will be something to keep an eye on. We'll have some initial work-in-progress screenshots to share today, but please note these represent work-in-progress development snapshots and will not be reflective of the final add-on. So there is a 145 with some wagons and some containers on the back. Another 145 potentially shot from the top of another 145. Or is it? No, it's shot from the top of a container wagon. I apologise. I'm just dumb. The add-on will also bring additional content to the Train Sim World 6 core Leipzig Dresden route, and we look forward to hearing more from the TSG soon. Now, this one's a route, so I'm going to skip it. Because, right, here we go. The Class 805 from All Aboard Studios. So for another reveal today, the Class 805 add-on coming from our new TSW development partners at All Aboard Studios. All aboard for a modern mainline experience developed by All Aboard Studios, the brand new BR Class 805 is arriving in Train Sim World, bringing with it cutting-edge design, authentic operation, excitement, next generation of intercity travel. Introduced in 2024 by Avanti West Coast, Class 805 is a 5-car bi-mode unit that can switch between electric and diesel power. It was designed to replace the aging Super Voyagers and now runs services from London Euston for destinations across the Midlands, North Wales and beyond. With quiet attraction, lower emissions and fresh modern interior, the 805 is built for the future of rail. In Train Sim World, the train has been recreated with precision and care based on real-world references and operational knowledge. From the clean lines of the Avanti livery to the modern cab packed with interactive features, every detail has been considered. All sounds have been refreshed using direct recordings from the Hitachi AT300 fleet, provided by the excellent SAM TSM, delivering a rich and immersive audio experience that brings the train to life. You'll also find a full tutorial to walk you through every system, along with 5 stunning and engaging scenarios created by SimTrack Studios. I've got good tutorials, what am I going to do? These range from an early morning cold start at Wembley to a stormy express run to Milton Keynes, a disrupted approach into Euston, traction mode change at Watford, and a busy football charter into Wembley. Each one offers a fresh challenge, whether you are switching power modes under pressure or navigating caution signals in a congested section. Backing all of this is a brand new 2025 working timetable for the West Coast Mainline South route between London, Euston and Milton Keynes Central. This is one of the most detailed and traffic-heavy timetables ever introduced in Train Sim World, with over 2,000 total services and more than 1,000 drivable. Among them are 27 newly added Class 805 services based on real-world Avanti West Coast diagrams. 27 of them. Okay. Running from early morning through to late at night, you will be sharing the route with Class 350s, Pendolinos, overground and underground services, and freight movement, all layered together to create a busy, believable main-line network. Whether you are coasting into Euston on time, managing a late-running service under yellow signals, or switching traction modes on the fly, the BR Class 805 offers a modern and reporting driving experience on one of Britain's most important intercity routes. The BR Class 805 is coming soon to Train Sim World. Are you ready to take the control? Stay tuned for more information in the coming months, and we look forward to sharing new screenshots and details from the team. Now we've got the old chestnut, the DBBR420 that we've been promised since TSW6. TSG have a new update from the DBBR420 loco add-on since their original announcement discussing new details and features coming with the release. Let's hear it from the team. We've got a decent picture of one there. It's a fairly nice livery, actually. We at TSG have again added some extras to our BR420 pack. It now contains 5 versions of the train. Of course, the well-known 8th Series Munich variant and the already announced 6th Series Frankfurt RMV version with pocket doors and older cab. We added an orange-grey livery with again changed tab and different interiors to the pack. This variant will also be split into 3 separate trains with some differences. One Frankfurt version for AI use on the 1984 Left Rhine timetable released with the E94 pack. The other 2 are for the newly announced DTG route, Stuttgart-Heilbronn. Since that route plays around the year 2000, we decided to have a further traffic red one and the older train to better fit the route. Both liveries were running there at the time. Technically, not much has changed with the new variants. Of course, the retro versions will not have LZB or Ebola and equipped with the older style radio. Screenshot of the dash. Gameplay-wise, we are not there yet. There was a decision to add more playable services to the pack, so we'll get timetable from Munich-Augsburg to give the Munich variant a place to live, somehow. That comes with restrictions, of course, since the route is already heavily using the console's memory. So the timetable will be a copy of the original one, and we just replace some 423s with 420s. No additional trains is involved in the timetable, and it will come only for Gen 9 consoles. Gen 8, sorry. We think it's a better compromise than not having any ready-to-play Munich gameplay. Transport for Wales Class 142 Pacer from Just Trains, which we kind of thought we were getting last year, but it didn't happen. Let's hear again, last release, TSW5. Let's hear again from the Just Trains team, this time on their already announced TSW142 Loco add-on, it's not a Loco, coming soon to Train Sim World 6. The Class 142 Pacer was the de facto commuter unit from 1985 to 2020 across many routes in the UK. The 142 series was British Rail's attempt to produce a low-cost unit for the railways and was literally based on a road bus chassis, which meant that it had no separate bogies, having the axles bolted directly to chassis rails. The 142 was used in South Wales around Cardiff area, but in 2016 the existing operator was superseded by Transport for Wales, which led to a period of transformation from the existing predominantly teal livery, which was involved removal of the previous operator's name and replacement by a large TFW banner along its side. The Just Trains TFW Class 142 Pacer not only features these livery transformations, but includes numerous changes both internally and externally to bring the unit up to being period correct. Externally, the upgrades include the 2-door bifold entry-exit door, LED headlights, sanding unit, along with numerous other small details. So you see here a 142 labelled for NR. Internally, there is a new seat design and layout featuring a new authentic moquette. In the upgraded cab, there is a GSMR radio, operational DRA, and TPWS, along with other functional enhancements overall. Here, the custom-created announcement spoken by a native Welshman as you arrive at the stations. Designed for use in the Dovetail Cardiff network route, the Just Trains TFW Class 142 features an additional timetable which is set in 2019 and takes advantage of the other DLC that you own, including Rivet Games, WMR, and XC Class 170. Expect more news coming shortly on that one. Santa Fe gameplay pack from High Iron Simulations. They are close to releasing it for the Cajon Pass route. I am going to be mean and say we've heard that before. The pack will bring Santa Fe railroading of the early 1990s to California's famed Cajon Pass route and feature two notable locomotives, the workhorse AT&SF Electromotive SD42 in blue and yellow freight colours, with the powerful Santa Fe Electric C48W in the railroad's legendary war bonnet red and silver livery. And I've said it before, they look awesome. Why haven't we got them? Freight equipment will be highlighted by three all-new types of freight cars, a Santa Fe 2-bay cement-covered hopper, a Santa Fe 3-bay ribbed side covered hopper, and an example of the iconic 86-foot auto parts boxcar. Right. The pack comprises a robust and authentic operating experience. More than 250 timetable services and 5 scenarios will feature mainline intermodal and freight train switching and locals. I forgive them. 50 services on Cajon Pass is pretty good. The services are closely based on actual Santa Fe freight schedules of the era. Additionally, Union Pacific freight action on Cajon Pass will be represented by an extra layer using UP equipment from the Sherman Hill route add-on. So if you've got that, you'll see it. Alright, I think this one might be the last one. HST Farewell Tour and GW Remaster from Grump Dog Games. Finally, to end our partner program update section, let's check in with Liam from Grump Dog Games. Now, Liam was from DTG, and I'm not sure, is he still from DTG, or has he just made this games company to sit along the side? Famous across the community for their work on the West Somerset remaster, and get the latest as they take on a new add-on, continue their work on the upcoming remaster. The HST Farewell Tour pack is made as a tribute to the HST's final years in service with GWR, as well as a celebration of 200 years of modern railways. The pack includes some of the most iconic liveries worn by the GWR Class 43s, along with expanding the gameplay with new features such as manual coupling, toilet flushing on the Mark III coaches, and the Mark I HST barrier coaches. Toilet flushing. Awesome. I think I love you, Liam. I thought that 43 was a scrubbed out bit of graffiti, but no, it's actually a steam engine and other engines devolving into the HST, or evolving, I guess, into the HST. No, I'm a steam guy, devolving. Alright, what features do the HST Farewell pack include? This pack includes multiple Class 43 power cars, each with unique liveries, nameplates, and numbering. Included power car designs are the Class 43 power car 43002 Sir Kenneth Grange, BR blue and yellow with nameplate. Class 43 power car 43093 Old Oak Common, GWR green with OOC vinyl and nameplate. Is that original? I don't know. Class 43 power car 4381185, Great Western Intercity Swallow with a nameplate. Class 43 power car 43187 and 43188 Welshman, GWR green with a white dragon vinyl. Class 43 power car 4318 Welshman, GWR green with a yellow dragon vinyl. Class 43 power cars at GWR green with the vinyl GWR logo. Class 43 power cars, GWR green unblended. There we go. There's a dragon. I like dragons. I like trains too, in case you hadn't noticed. Also included is a Mark I HST barrier coach in both blue and green liveries. These coaches have both Buckeye and Hook couplet types, allowing players to perform stock moves between the HSTs and a wide range of stock in TSW. Players will also be able to hand place end of train lamps on the Class 43s, Mark III coaches, and the barrier coaches. Kind of cool. Gameplay for the pack will be on both GWE Remaster and the Riviera line. Players will be able to select the new HSTs on existing services along with some new ones, with the scenarios focused on the final years of the HSTs running out of Paddington and down the Riviera line. Further developments since the last update. Both the HST Farewell Pack and GWE Remaster are coming along great and should hopefully be in the hands of players later this year. Work has also started on the next add-on by Grubtalk Games, but that's all I can share at this time. Finish your bloody projects, Liam. Just take a look at this fantastic before and after shot of the GWR Remaster. Before, and there's after. Now, I've got to admit, that looks excellent. But get it to us, please. Right. There are some questions. Is Caltrain content returning to TSW? Well, that's new. Within the first month after Transcend World 6 will release an unbranded version of the following add-ons. If you're already on the Caltrain branded versions, you've got to download the unbranded versions for free on the same platform and account. Peninsula Corridor, San Francisco, San Jose, MP36PH3C Baby Bullet, MP15DC Diesel Switcher. It will be nice to have them drivable. I'm not sure if I'll do them in 6 or if I'll just keep it in 5. Will there be regional bundles this year? We won't have regional bundles we've created for past TSW titles simply because the free starter pack now offers an easier method to claim these bundles, and it helps us simplify our store pages by reducing the volume of options. After the full launch on the 30th, you can gain access to TSW6 by claiming the free starter pack, and then purchase any of the 3 core, roots, or deluxe locos as separate add-ons, which should offer you the same outcome as our regional bundles, and hope it makes it an easier experience to understand. And there is a massive FAQ. Now, there's some interesting news. There's a bit of a drama with Epic. Now, I was seeing this pop up in the Discord today, and there are some people that are a little bit unhappy. Now, I'm not a fan of the Epic Game Store, and I avoid it like the plague, but not everyone did. There are people with content Epic. Now, to say before we get into this, you can keep TSW5 installed and run it side by side and have everything. But only some of the stuff is coming over to 6, which is a bummer. It's a big bummer. The Epic Game Store will only support a curated selection of the most playable, compatible content, therefore you may not be able to access everything you purchased in previous games. However, access to any content you purchased will remain in the game you purchased it for, i.e. you can run it in 5. There is a list. Do come here and have a look. It's not affecting anything else. So PlayStation will be the usual hideous upgrade everything one at a time thing. Xbox will just do it if you tell it to. Same with PC on Steam. It'll just do it, and Xbox Store on PC will also just work. They do say that we appreciate this will be frustrating for Epic players, no kidding, and at present we can't provide a time frame when this content might be available on TSW6, if at all. Please assume for the purposes of where we are right now, this list as it stands is what will be available. We are working closely with Epic and our teams to support the best experience for players on this platform and let you know of anything you report. I have seen quite a few people going, give me Steam keys. I don't know where that'll go, because, I mean, people do say Steam keys are free, but they're actually not, particularly if you get lots of them. But anyway, there's probably, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of players on Epic. So, yeah, who knows. Can you tell us more about the core features? It looks like no, because this new article's coming next week and onwards, so that's a no. Okay, what will happen with the editor? They're continuing the work with the editor, implementing updates, discussing over the last few months, including the mod manager feature. We'll aim to confirm more information about how we're rolling out the new version of the editor to support TSW6 alongside these updates, and we have more news. So there you go. Now, there are preview live streams coming up, August 28th. These are all UK dates, of course. August 28th, TSW6, August Roadmap live stream. That's tonight. In fact, it's happening right now. September the 10th, Buntrek, Leipzig, Dresden, DBR BR 294 preview. Morristown Line and New Jersey Transit, ALP 45DP preview. That's on the 17th, and Buntrek, Leipzig's 10th. 24th is the Riviera Line and XC Class 220 Voyager. The 25th is the TSW6 Early Access live stream. 26th to 29th, Rail 200 Celebration Weekend, where ambassadors and Dovetail people are putting up content for that. September 30th is the main launch day. Okay. Okay. and this is about the live stream that's happening pretty much right now. Yeah, 1800 UTC, 1900 BST. Oh, I've got 51 minutes. Yes, I can probably get the root videos done. All right, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any comments, and I imagine you probably have, because there's a bit to chew on in there, particularly if you're an Epic player. Also some news about Gen 8 in there that bugs some people. Only on that one thing, though. Don't panic. Don't panic. Still coming out on Gen 8. Sorry, I didn't mean to panic you. If you've got any comments, chuck them down below. Now, as I say on all my videos, all views are welcome, but I want you to be constructive about it. Just don't say things like, I hate this, this really pisses me off, copy paster, or whatever. Be a little bit more articulate, if you could, and expect me to ask you questions, perhaps respond to it if it's not quite right. I did talk to someone today who actually had the wrong impression about something, and he's gone away happy now because he's now got the right impression. So what he wanted is actually there, which is kind of cool. It's not always going to be like that. You know, I'm not going to make promises like that. That's silly. But you know, I'll treat you respectfully if you treat me respectfully. And the other thing I do is I bring your comments in a summarized form and I take them to Dovetail. So that's an important feature of the ambassadors. So we can help you do that. Now, I do also really strongly encourage you to get on the new Dovetail Discord, because if you haven't, then it's a direct place to communicate with Dovetail people without the rigmarole support jobs. So you can put in your feedback and your ideas, stuff like that. They will collate it and look at it, and it is all kept. So that's the next big step. Move away from the old-fashioned 1980s bulletin board forums and move into the Dovetail Discord. Alrighty, and don't leave my Discord. Don't do it. I still want you, really do. Anyway, have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves, and I will see you later. Bye.
We played a game.